Welcome to our Saturday's exciting podcast. This is our media.
This is Force Fiction.
We will be discussing about Zack Snyder's Justice League. You could find the link to first podcast above and in the description. This will be the second part with some exciting questions. So stay tuned. So who shall go first?
I guess you can go first.
Okay. Would Superman have a fight sequence with the rest of the team just like in the theatrical version, or he would join the team straight ahead?
Well, see, this is a certain scene where Superman. There was actually a scene where Superman is there on his knees, and someone from behind touches on his shoulders, and I guess it is. It could be Steppenwolf or Saad or Darkseid. By the look of that face, I feel like he's just getting brainwashed or had to choose something or given a choice to choose either to stand with them or go against them. But
Mhm.
in my call, Superman is actually the villain if you look into the comics, because he's just like a god in DC Comics.
Mhm.
I feel like we will still be able to see the fighting sequence, but also we will see Superman with the Justice League, because that's what makes sense. Just imagine you have Darkseid, Steppenwolf, and all the other people who are very strong, and then on top of that, you see even Superman joining the team. It just doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense at all. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see some sort of scenes like maybe Superman will be falling into their hands in the like a kind of like a teaser for Justice League version 2. We could see some scenes like that, but I feel like even Lex Luthor and the other important characters will be playing a huge role um, in the whole Justice League Zack Snyder's cut. But in terms of having a fight sequence, or I mean, Superman going against Justice League, we had some scenes which we saw, that some cool scenes where he was literally looking at the Flash, and he was he was just as fast as Flash. I mean, those were cool scenes, but it just didn't really click into the audience. I feel like so he might alter some of the scenes. Um, Nobody knows how it's gonna turn out apart from the people who basically watched Tom and Jerry, if I if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's what I think personally. Like he would definitely be on the good side, but at least for a at least for some time, he's going to be the emotionless Superman. That's what I personally believe. But we'll have to see the episodes to find out.
Yeah. True. And Lois is the key, I guess, to
Yeah,
turning
yeah.
Superman into the good side.
Yeah, and there was also one scene in DC Comics where I mean, Louis gets killed, and literally Superman's hand just passes through uh, Joker's chest, and then from that point onwards, Superman is the villain. And even though Batman tried his best to stop that killing from happening,
Hmm.
Superman did kill Joker in that timeline. So that is also a timeline which is very interesting and which could be discussed, but we are already teased with the nightmare timeline where Superman is actually kind of the villain. Like Batman is tied
Hmm.
up, and then he just the Superman landing, I should say, or let's
Yeah.
say superhero landing, just like Deadpool says. So after such a cool landing, and then he walks towards Batman. So we get to see such cool scenes already, So I guess we just have to wait and see in the episodes what's going to happen. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Okay.
I got something for you. See, we got a very small glimpse of Saad in the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. What do you think about him? Are you?
Okay. So
Yeah.
Desat, I
Mm.
mean, he's like the most vicious villain of the DC universe.
Yeah.
And he's like a royal torturer for Darkseid, and he's like the saddest character. I mean,
Mm.
he himself got some reputation. So here in the theatrical version, he wasn't there. since he's just like a minion to Darkseid, just like Stephen Wolf is.
Mm,
He's
mm,
he's just like the right hand to Darkseid, I would say.
mm.
And we really see him for a short scene in the trailer. So
Yeah.
these like the core villain of the fourth world mythos, and still the scene in the connection of these Saad would be clear as he's doing everything for Darkseid, and I think in this movie also he's going to be do something for Darkseid and him getting the Earth prepared for Darkseid's conquer, I
Mm,
would say.
mm.
And for some fans, he might not be familiar because he's only appeared in comics, and this is his first time coming to the movies. So he's
Yeah.
going to make an everlasting impression being a villain, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I got for Disa because even me also, I'm also not familiar with this character.
Yeah. I mean, like, not everyone is very familiar with this character. He's very evilish, just like Darkseid, and I just feel like, we already saw Steppenwolf getting defeated by the Justice League, and probably Desad is going to be the villain for the upcoming parts, if it ever happens, the next parts. So
Mhm.
yeah, I also
Yeah.
personally think the same. Yeah.
Well, that might clear all the questions we
Mhm.
had, right?
Yep.
So we'll wind up this episode, and thank you so much for staying with us.
Sure. Mhm.
We'll see each other on next Saturday. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.